Hey, thanks for checking out Tech's Talking Shop's new series, Nuts and Bolts with Tone here, to introduce to you our new series. This series is going to be, we're going to try to do a new video every day until we get through all of our members, and we are basically going to talk about our pick for the type of electrical component, testing component that we want to talk about. So we have several people that are going to talk about multiple different things, and every day tune in for a new video, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, you get notified of all of our future content, hit the like button if you like this video. Also follow us on Instagram at Tech's Talking Shop with all underscores. My video, I'm going to talk about the Powerprobe and what I like about it, and let's get into it. So this is Tech's Talking Shop. We're also on Instagram at Tech's Talking Shop with all underscores. Okay, so I'm going to get into this video and I'm going to tell you about my tool that I choose. And this is a tool that, provided I'm doing any sort of diagnostics, okay, I use this tool almost every single time I do diagnosis. Now, this is a Powerprobe 3. Now this is a camouflage one, all right. There's pink, black, red. I think the original one was red. There's camouflage. They probably have like an American, a red, white, and blue one. They've had all different kinds. I believe I even had a pink one at one point in time. It was a breast cancer awareness special, and I had that one. And yeah, I use them all the time. So I mean, sometimes the cables mess up or whatever. So now this is a really good tool, but now the reason I chose to talk about this tool is because it is a really good tool, but it can also be a very dangerous tool. Now, with this tool, you have the ability to apply power. That says 12.6, because the battery I'm hooked up to is 12.6. And you have the ability to apply ground. All right? So now the reason that this can be very dangerous is there's a saying in the automotive industry about letting the smoke out of the box. You have to be very careful when you apply power and ground that you know exactly what circuit you're applying them to, because if you apply them to the wrong circuit, you can pop a PCM, a BCM, you can blow up a computer. So, and that actually really does happen. It's actually the very first Powerprobe I ever bought. First thing my boss said is don't let the smoke out of the box. And that was like the Powerprobe 1. It was a big difference. But anyways, with this tool, you can check for blown fuses. You check a fuse on one side, it'll show power. You go to the other side of the fuse, if it shows ground, then that fuse is blown. And you know, quick and easy, if you have a blown fuse. Just quick. Okay, so with the Powerprobe, one really good feature that you have with this is checking fuses. That is actually probably the number one feature for this tool and what makes it so fantastic. And let me show you how we're going to do that. So you're going to have a screen here. All right, so this screen right here is blank right now, okay? And so what you're going to do is it has a voltmeter built into it. So what you're going to do is you're going to come across the fuse and you're going to touch one side of the fuse, and as you can see that says 12.6 volts. So now we're going to come to the other side of the fuse, and that one says 12.6 volts. That means that there is the voltage going through the fuse, because remember, a fuse has power on one side. So that means that the fuse is good, and it has the same. Now if that's at 11.8 and this said 12.6, you'd know you have a problem. Or the most common problem of why you use the Powerprobe is you check this side and it would be 12.6 with the red light beeping. And then you'd go to this side and it would be 0 and it would be ground. And that would tell you that the fuse is blown. And that's actually the number one thing. And so when you have a ground, it's going to make a sound like this. And when it shows power, it's going to make a sound like that. So that's how you can tell the difference between the sounds and also the light. It shows you power and ground. Now this tool here, this is the Powerprobe 3, so you have a voltmeter on here. Now this voltmeter, it works pretty good. So right now it's going to show 12.6, all right? You're not going to use this for computer controlled circuit testing. This is going to be for testing fuses, testing for main power, testing for power to a fuel pump, a starter, things like that. You only want to use this when you're checking for just a direct voltage. You do not want to use this when you're looking for minute amounts of voltage or varying voltage or anything like that. So make sure that when you get this, you should have this in your box. This is a really important tool, but make sure you're using it for the right times. There's times to use this, there's times to use a multimeter. So I hope you enjoyed the video about the Powerprobe 3, and check out the rest of the videos here. One cool feature that this thing has is when you're checking, if you can't actually look at it, you can hear it. That's what power sounds like. And that's what ground sounds like. So you can actually hear the difference between the power and ground. So that's been my tool and my pick as letting you know of a really good tool, but also letting you know about the warning of what this tool can do and is capable of. I hope you enjoyed my